Hello everybody, welcome back to Whippy Trader. So today we'll go over the Magnificent 7 stocks. First, I'm going to start with Apple. Apple, you can see that when it was earning, it moved down to 200. And then after that, last week, it's actually made a bounce about 15%, right? And then now, if we see, it's actually a little bit overbought. And long term is also overbought. So I would expect it might come up a little bit more in a day or two to about 235. And then we may see a pullback to about 213. All right, so why 213? 213 because you can see over here, it is the midterm resistance trend and now becomes support. And then the red line here is the short-term resistance trend, now becomes support, and they meet at this point. So most likely that's what we're going to see. All right, for Apple. And then after that, it might bounce and then pull back a little bit more. And I would say test 202 again. All right, so this is my short-term prediction for Apple. Amazon, same deal here. So it dropped after earning and then bounce up. You can see these orange line within the channel. It dropped, broke down below the channel, came back up to test. Well, it might come up a little bit for a day or two, but most likely it will come back and test again at, I would say, 206. Okay, then it bounced, and then coming back to test this green line. So this will be about 206. And right now, what is overbought condition and testing this line, most likely we have a pullback. It might have a day or two, but we will see a pullback this week, just the same as Apple. Google look like overbought short term, overbought long term. So I'm seeing another pullback, right? Maybe down to 187. Okay, pull a bounce be here, and then come down and test at 182. So 182, you can see is similar to the other chart, but here you can see is channel is been up here at the resistance line. So most likely we'll see a pullback, a bounce, and then coming down to test this support and this red line, which is the support from the last high. NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA overbought short term and long term. It's very extended. If I check this, you can see it's right at the resistance long term for the weekly, right? So if I, okay, there you go. All right, so we have many indication of it going to pull back. So let's say if it pull back, most likely it will hit 165, bounce, and then pull back further. Could go at low as 143. Okay, so here at 164. I mean, these have been really extended. With any bad news, they will sell a lot. Meta. Last week it got a bounce and then been moving sideways. Short term and long term both overbought just like the other one. So expect a pullback to at least here at 720. Bounce to here. And then pull back further to the let's make it red line. Okay, so why the red line? The red line is correspond to this left shoulder high right here and going over here as well. So that is the most probable level where it will come down. So it right here is 730.21, and over here is 661 or 660. You can see most of them I expect a pullback. Microsoft is a little bit different than the other one. For the last week has been selling right after the earning, right? So most likely we will have a pullback. It might bounce a little bit for a day or two, but it will come down to about 500, bounce, and then pull back further. Maybe the last one, it can go as low as 420. This really depends on how the tariff and other news, economics, but because they are so extended, they can, for faster than expected, and because a lot of people they already are in for these stocks, so when you have some selling, more people will come in and sell, just like during the February, March, April. For Tesla, okay, so you can see right now is look like it tried to break out from the midterm wedge here. So let's say it's a little bit, I think it's neutral right now, a little bit overbought short term, but long term is still overbought. So it might come up a little bit more to, let's say, 342. And then it will come back and test, I would say 305, 303. And after that, it might fall even down more to close the gap here, right? Or it will bounce again back, and maybe all the way to 366, right? But like the other one, if more bad news coming out, we might see it coming down to 240. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.